What up? What up? Episode 23 of the Wrap Up Podcast. We back at it again. 23. This is
one more again.
This is a toss up. We already know who this is. To the great, to the GOAT,
Sean Gill.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
The great Sean Gill.
Yeah, all right. So, a lot jumped off this weekend.
A lot.
A lot of great hoops. Hoops is looking real good. March Madness is definitely underway. We definitely had some good games. Us came out.
Us did come out.
We're gonna talk about that. Very good. We'll save our critiques for later on in the show. But Us came out. That's the talk of the town right now. But we got some podcast art.
We got podcast art.
We looking real fresh, man. Real
authentic.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mimic God, who got us looking real fresh with the podcast art. We'll make sure we'll tag him in all of that good stuff. But he's done some artwork for the All Def Digital guys. Mm-hmm. Kev on Stage and Doughboy. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. He did did artwork for Us, the movie. So he actually got to do the review. Universal Studios helped him, see an early release and all of that. So if he doing all of that, it was only right that he did the podcast art for Us. Now he's official. Now he's super official.
That's right. We saw them.
Yeah. Now he rocking with the best. But definitely good shout out to Mimic God, man.
Fresh Stephan and Jordan Peele.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, he getting his weight up. I ain't mad at him. Hey, shoot for the stars, brother.
That's right.
Land amongst the moon and the stars.
Hey, that's right, man.
So
shout out to Mimic God, though, man. Good looking.
Man, definitely good looking on this. We definitely appreciate it. It looked fresh. Duke had a scare against Taco Fall in Central Florida.
Good game, man. I thought
very good game.
It wouldn't have hurt my bracket too much, but I thought that they were going down.
Very good game. Yeah, man, I definitely thought so. Zion Williamson is a complete monster. Now, I went into this year saying that RJ Barrett is the better, more complete player. Yeah, I still believe that, but Zion Williamson clearly has the star factor. And he will be the #1 overall pick.
Yeah, he has those intangibles, and you can't teach that. It's innate. Yeah. You just already have it.
He needs to develop a jump shot. He can't be Ben Simmons.
Oh no.
And wait until year 2 and 3 to develop a jump shot. He needs to work on that in the offseason right away, because Stephen A. Smith said it a few weeks ago. This was before the tourney even started. He said the best way to stop him is to foul him. Yep. He missed this clutch free throw. He did. He could have iced the game. And if it wasn't for RJ Barrett,
he hit the 3, but missed the free throw.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not trying to nitpick on this game. The dude is ridiculously uber talented. Yeah. He deserves to be the #1 overall pick. But yeah, he needs a jump shot. He definitely he don't need. I mean, a 3 would be nice, but if you could just get a consistent mid-range jump shot,
20 to 18 feet.
Yeah,
20 to 18 feet will suffice.
Yeah, exactly. You do that, and you knock down 72 to 75% of your free throws. Yeah, you solid. You in there.
You are.
Yeah, because I mean the athleticism, his IQ on both ends of the ball, his reaction, his footwork, all of that is there, and that'll only get better.
It will.
That'll only get better with pro style coaching and pro style training regiments and being able to compete on a level where everyone is extremely talented.
That's true.
Right now, he's head and shoulders above most of the people who he's on the court.
Man amongst boys.
Yeah, for sure, and it's clear to see.
Yeah.
Another one who not necessarily has the stature, but is definitely men amongst boys, John Morant. He got bounced out.
John Paxson, Gar Foreman.
Yo, we need that. We need that in red and black.
I'm always on your side.
I'm never on your side.
I'll be holding you down, but if you don't get Ja and we got the opportunity, even if we got the #1 pick, if we get the #1 pick, give me Zion.
Yeah, give me Zion.
But if we got #2, you better get Ja.
You got to. If not, We firing at you.
Man.
Not getting fired. You're getting fired at.
Oh, yeah. Darren Ryan.
Cannons to the left of him. Cannons to the right.
For real. Volley and Sunder. I think what he said, volley and Sunder.
Yo, yeah, the dude, Ja Morant is the absolute truth.
Yeah.
You talk about the full package on offense. Mm-hmm. He can shoot, he can drive, he can pass. His IQ is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He in my group chat, my cousin was talking, and he said, you can tell how good he is because of how good he makes the rest of his team look.
Absolutely.
Not that Murray State didn't have some talent out there.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys looked good. But the way that the rest of the team moved around him, mm-hmm. he's a solidified star. Seth
Greenberg from ESPN had a good comparison to him, and I kind of agree with it. He said De'Aaron Fox, mm-hmm. Rondo, and D-Wade put together. I see more Westbrook than Wade, but I can roll with that comparison.
I like the Wade because he's more of a he can slash just like Russ, but he's mm-hmm. not as ferocious. He's much more fluid and smooth like D-Wade was.
Yeah, I give you that.
I
don't argue with that.
I like, but the speed of the De'Aaron Fox and the skill and IQ of a Rondo, I dig it. That's a really good comparison. I would have never thought to bring those three guys together to say who Ja Morant is, but yeah, that's solid. That's solid. North Carolina's still in it. They looking good.
They still in it.
Michigan State looking good. My boys got knocked out. Kansas. Yeah. Now I've been years past. I've been very vocal in my Kansas talk.
You have.
And usually I root hard. Not that I wasn't rooting hard this year, but I knew that we wasn't destined to go deep.
Yeah.
Wasn't going nowhere. We was missing 3 guys. So it was rough.
It was.
I didn't expect to get bounced out by Auburn by a dub. Not that Auburn is a bad team. They was a 4 seed, but
dub? You didn't think they would get double down like that?
Nah, not like that.
And
the game was never close.
Wasn't close to making it. We didn't even make the CTI. So shout out to the final line now.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometime, man. It'd be like that sometime. Yeah, man. So college hoops is definitely heating up. It's looking good right now. If you have to pick 4 right now, who's your 4?
Well, according to my ESPN and my 89 percentile that
Clap it up for that.
that I'm in, I got UNC.
Yeah.
Michigan State. Who else did I have? UNC, Michigan State. I want to say Purdue
mm-hmm.
and Tennessee.
I like Tennessee.
I think that sounds about right. Just going off the piece right now.
As good as Tennessee is, why do they seem so under the radar to me?
Because it's a SEC school, and we don't really consider that a powerhouse. And Tennessee,
I get it.
Tennessee comes around every few years with some heat on the floor.
Yeah, or they always nice on the women's side, but
yeah. No, my bad. I take that back. Michigan State, Michigan, Virginia, and North Carolina. In my main bracket, I got a couple of them, but that's my main one. Michigan State, Michigan, Virginia, North Carolina.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Then Michigan, North Carolina in the championship game, UNC winning.
I got you. My 4 right now would probably be Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga and Florida State.
I'm not mad at that.
Gonzaga, Florida State gonna be a really good game. But give me
the FSU boys. I've been talking about athleticism all weekend. Yeah, those boys.
They locked and loaded.
Yeah,
they looking real tough. I would go Gonzaga. I'm gonna still say Duke. I think Duke can outlast Michigan State. Possibly.
They have to shoot.
They have to.
They have to shoot.
They have to. So I'm gonna go Duke, Gonzaga, Tennessee, North Carolina.
Okay.
That's my 4.
That's my 4.
We'll see how that play out. I really, really like Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
That's my sleeper to win it all.
Gonzaga. I'm not mad at that either because I'll toy you with that.
That's my sleeper to win it all. Yeah, Gonzaga. That would be a nice one. So we'll see how that go. Let's get into the movie review though, man. Us.
Yes.
Let's get into it. So
Jordan Peele's second directorial effort.
Yeah. So this is it's classified as a horror movie. I don't think it's a horror movie. No. It's more of a suspense thriller. Nonetheless, raked in 70 million.
70 mil.
70 million over the weekend.
Off a 20 mil budget.
Yeah.
So it already grossed 50 mil.
Yeah.
Off the budget.
Yeah, and that's just US.
Yeah.
So he's doing numbers. Early thoughts. Well, I mean, and obviously we're gonna delve deeper into it. We're gonna get to breaking it down.
All the spoiler alerts.
Yeah. So spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, you can pause this, go watch the movie, come back and listen to what we got to say.
Put it on your watch list, please.
Yeah.
Save us.
Yeah. Download the episode. Because if not, we finna spoil all the shits for you.
For real, all of it.
But early thoughts. You tell me. Yes, no. Did you like it? Did you hate it?
I wouldn't.
We haven't talked about this because we've saved all the ammunition for the show.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I hated the movie. That's harsh.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say that I went in expecting something else, because that's just being aloof. What I did was go into the movie, first of all, expecting to see a good movie above anything.
I did.
So putting everything else, putting Get Out aside, because that's a movie in its own entity. It's not this. Agreed. So the movie, just going off the ratings itself, I will unwrap it. It's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a good movie. Now, in terms of playback, since we always talk about playback when we do a rating something,
right?
I could have waited for it to come on HBO, and you know how you catch something halfway through.
Yeah.
Then be like, yo, let me finish this out. Then when it come back on again, you watch it all the way through and be like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got from this.
Wow.
I believe that the film was really maybe 2.5 hours long, and Jordan and the studio decided or agreed on a little bit under 2 hours. I believe this was
a long. Cut out some good stuff.
I believe this was a longer film that was cut.
It may be. So you think once we get the box edition, with the director's cut, it's gonna be we missing like what, another 20-30 minutes?
Probably another good 25-30 minutes. I really feel that.
Wow. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I disagree.
Okay.
I thought this movie was phenomenal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I got that out of him. Okay. I thought this movie was really, really good. Now, going into it again, I was like you. I went into it with very little thought. I assumed that we would get a good movie.
Yeah.
I was, in my opinion, I was correct in thinking so. Not that I have never been disappointed before. But so far, Jordan Peele is 2 for 2.
He's 2 for 2. I give him that. He's 2 for 2.
One thing that I did expect is a lot of symbolism, and I received that from the first show, the first movie. Now, I'm not comparing the movies, but comparing the symbolism.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you can still say, yeah, well, Aaron, that's comparing the movie. I guess so, but I'm just not comparing the actual plot lines. That's not not where the comparison is going.
Yeah.
But I knew that going into this movie, you're going to have to do some critical thinking. You're going to have to use, some intellectual thought processes to dig deeper into what he's about to give you.
I kind of disagree.
Really?
I think the movie did have a lot of symbolism. It did have a lot of, metaphoric tones.
Yeah.
But I think in order for you to really digest the movie, you have to understand the era that he was referring to.
Okay.
Meaning, if you, let's say you're a 90s babies or a 90s kids right now, you went to see this movie, chances are you probably was confused or you got some of the tone. But if you didn't get the Hands Across to America and all the 80 references in the movie and what was going on around that time, you wouldn't have got what he was trying to deliver. Because everything stacked up and it built together. I can get there if you want to take that ride. We can go.
Let's go there. Let's go there, because I think the message that I got out of his movie is timeless. I think no matter what era you come from, no matter where no matter where you are in life, I think that the message that I pulled out of it resonates with any time frame.
I think it was based upon Generation X and how we've developed as adults.
Okay.
So
speak on that some more.
So the Generation X part that I got put on my glasses. I don't have no spectacles. Put on my professor glasses. So the reference I got was Adelaide, which was Lupita Nyong'o.
Pause real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
She is fine as hell.
She is, but wasn't in this. I'm sorry.
She still was bad to me.
She was cute.
Lupita is absolutely gorgeous.
Jordan went through extra efforts to make sure they looked darker than dark.
She still looked good.
She was smooth.
Bro, she's
pretty. Yeah. I like her.
She fine as hell. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Yeah.
She is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. That woman is bad.
She's bad.
But my bad. Continue, brother.
Where was I, sir?
You brought up Adelaide.
Oh,
I got stars.
So Adelaide, we can peg her in being born in that 1978-79 range. Because she was what? I forgot the age. 6 or something when she was lost, whatever that was. Somewhere around that age group.
Yeah.
And the tones of the movie was Santa Cruz, The Boardwalk, Lost Boys. The film Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Reference to the guy with the Jeremiah 11:11 was Lost Boys. The dad bought her the Michael Jackson Thriller shirt.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, zombies. That thing. The last part was the Hands Across America, which was in '86, which were supposed to gain $15 million in dollars. I think it was about 14 million. But they were projected to gain 50. And now the reason I said Generation X for that is if you go in the movie and remember when she mentioned that the police was coming in 14 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So that number played throughout the movie as 15. 15.
Okay.
15. So from the Generation X standpoint, it went more from we were supposed to be the Dudrons of the generations.
I got you.
Our generations was to be the ones that weren't going to do anything.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to make it. We weren't supposed to take us forward.
Absolutely, but the flip to that was the societal or the psychological warfare that we play with one another. Meaning, some people can perceive it differently. Me, I perceived it kind of both ways. But more on, and I actually was talking to a young lady, I don't know who she was, on Twitter about it. I thought it was more psychological because both families, the white family and I forgot their name, the Wilsons,
maybe
the black family was the Wilsons or the white family. Well, the ones that weren't underground, the above ground families.
Okay,
they both seem to be well off.
Yeah. Okay, but I could agree with that.
Winston Duke's character was infatuated with not even gaining more, but competing against the other guy.
I saw that. Okay.
The other guy. So then that it was more of a cycle because he was driving a Mercedes. Yeah. But was still coveting what someone else had. He had a boat, but it wasn't the boat the other guy had.
Yeah.
So that was the psychological warfare where you have equally to what someone else have, but it's still not enough. Now, the society issues, which are kind of deeper, is the upper class and the lower class being the basement. The people that were in the basement, they're trying to rise up, but the people being their untethered selves, were preventing them from making strides. You eat hot soup and have a warm meal, and we have cold raw food, so it was preventing them from moving up. So it's a lot of takes, and I don't think neither take is wrong unless we hear Jordan say that is wrong.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah, but it was a lot of food for thought. But for me, when I go to the movies, I like to have a story presented to me. The visuals were dope. You told me I would love the visuals.
Yeah,
the visuals was just like off the hook, if that's still the reference. But it was dope.
That still applies. We're too old to use that.
But I like stories, and I believe, and this is the same thing Get Out suffered from this to me too. That 15-minute monologue that once again 15 because it was about 15 minutes. A monologue that read the alternate version of Adelaide.
Yeah.
That she had was, even though she was explaining it, it was kind of lengthy. And it could have been lost in terms of everything else. And that's just me being nitpicky.
Okay.
It was also one of my favorite parts of the movies because I like dialogue.
Yeah.
So the interpretation of the movie in itself can go in many, many different veins. As you see, I kind of broke it down into 3, and I'm pretty sure somebody else can break it down into another 5.
And I'm going to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think when people see this movie and they discuss it and someone says that, oh, you didn't get the reference, you didn't, I can't fly with that because there were so many different meanings that it can mean something to someone else and they still can be correct in a sense.
And that's what's great about Jordan Peele's movies so far, at least these 2, is you can't. First of all, it's an opinion.
It's an opinion.
You can't tell somebody their opinion is wrong.
Yeah.
But your opinion and what you perceived and what you thought about it may take you a totally different place. Yeah. So, honestly, because what I wanted to do prior to doing our own review, I made sure that I didn't listen or watch anybody else's review because I wanted it to be my own.
Yeah.
Purposely why we didn't listen to it. Shout out to my homie Nick in Sessions Conversation. I saw that y'all put y'all review up today. I'm gonna listen to it later on. I just didn't want to. I just didn't want it to, infringe on my thoughts.
Skew yourself.
Yeah. so I purposely didn't look at anybody else's reviews beyond them saying, oh, I liked it, or I didn't like it, or it was whack, or it was dope, it made you think, blah 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 blah.
And another
Very
caveat,
surface level stuff.
Another caveat is just because it's a Jordan Peele movie and the first one had the tones that it had, doesn't mean that you have to like this one. Just because it's Jordan Peele don't mean you have to like it.
Yeah, absolutely not.
You know me, I'm a review reader, but I also know what to block out the trash.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't. If someone doesn't like the movie and they're telling you why, it's not that they're less deep or no. You may be thinking overly deep.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't poo-poo on what somebody else feel about a particular portion of the movie. A lot of people I know said that it was boring.
Yeah,
and a lot of people said it was great. I know
some people who I went to the movie with, and they said that they didn't like it or they didn't get it. But my breakdown is totally different from yours.
Yeah.
But the premise of the movie to me was the greed, corruption, and the ugly truth of what America is. So Us, the actual movie Us, to me is about the United States.
Key point of the movie. Who are you? We're Americans.
We're Americans.
Yep.
So
look how we just came right there. Wrapping up podcast.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
I was with you.
We've been doing this for a while, right?
Yeah. I'm with you, man.
So here's my breakdown.
I just left you some thunder.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel excited now. So think about it when they're in the boathouse or and they was like, Dad, it's a family outside, and they're scared, because this ain't nobody supposed to be there this late at night, and
it kind of looked like they were secluded as well. It don't look like the neighbors were close.
Definitely secluded. You think that this is kind of private. This is your space. He goes out and says, hey, what's going on? You ain't supposed to be here. Blah 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 blah. In the beginning, when they first make it into the house, they don't readily attack them or cause them any harm.
No.
Right? And what Winston Duke, what's his name? Gabe. He asks Gabe. Gabe says, "What do you want? I'll give you my keys. I'll give you my car. my money. Whatever." To me, this is symbolic of the way the United States came into. I mean, this is the way Americans came into the United States.
Yeah.
Against Native Americans. So, in the beginning, when they first got here, it was okay, what are you doing here? You know, they kind of traded with them until they eventually started to like kill them off, take their land, move them westward. Yeah. So when she said, "Oh, well, we got to move," you know, once they kind of made their fight, or they broke away for a minute, they was like, "Well, we have to move." I think that was symbolic of them forcing Indians, or you know, the indigenous population westward.
I'm not mad at that.
That's what I got out of this, is the greed and the corruption. Them being tethered is the way that we've always taken away from other countries. You know, whether it was when we bombed Japan, or whether it was how we made the French indebted to us for so long. Whether it's the
still
way,
to this day,
yeah, to this day, we make the French as though they are still indebted to us. Yeah. Whether it's with commerce, import, export, we always feel like we have to show this superior symbolism above and control over every other country, and that's what tethers us to them. I felt like the scissors. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that all of the scissors that they had was gold. Yeah. I think that is our. That's our money. That's our commerce. And it shows how strong it is. And we use it any way that we can to manipulate and to overwhelm other people, other countries. You know, so I felt like this is just the ugly truth of America coming out. One part that really kind of tied it all into it was the beginning, after they took the son. And she has to go into the House of Mirrors in the end. Yeah. And before you get into the House of Mirrors, it says, you know, find yourself. Yeah. So to me, this is him, as in Jordan Peele, saying we have to look inside of ourselves. So when you go inside this House of Mirror, you see your reflection. But beyond that door, beyond your reflection, and you go down into this deep, dark tunnel, and you see all of these nasty truths and these ugly secrets that we have about America. On the outside, we're great. We have all of this money. We have a flourishing economy. But below, we have all of these ugly secrets. Truths. All of these poor people. All of these people who we don't, who we don't, you know, take care of. Whether it's the poor, or whether it's the you know, people with less opportunities. You know, and I felt like that was the true essence of what I got out of the movie.
I'm not mad at that.
Was that, you know, this is the ugly truth of how dirty and grimy America is, even though we put on this facade, or we put on this makeup. Like, remember how Shorty was putting on the makeup, and she felt like she was making herself look better, but yet and still you saw how ugly and demonic she was through her actions.
What's Shorty?
The white
woman, yeah.
Remember she was putting on her makeup. I felt like that's the symbolism that I got out of this. This is the ugly truth of what America is. Even though we tried to put on this pretty face and how powerful and how strong we are and how united we are,
and she still cut her face up after that.
Yeah,
and what pretty wasn't pretty enough.
Exactly.
Just like when the guy, when her husband, the white, I'm gonna call him white, the white tethered, when he got on the boat chasing Gabe, and he kind of stood around and was like the king of mine.
He was proud. Yeah, that's America.
That's the first thing he did. Was like. Yeah, no. Then he got busy.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? So that's what I got out of it, man. It is that, you know, this America it's got its own ugly, dark secrets, and sometimes we have to look inside of ourselves and really be able to see that, you know what, we not really as dope as what we really cracked up to be. You know, we got a lot of ugly truths. We got a lot of things. We got a lot of deep, dark secrets inside of us that, you know, really lead us to believe that we're better than what we really are. And in actuality, we got a lot of work to do. Yeah, you know, and I that's what I got out of this. That's what I got out of us.
I can agree.
So it's I really want to see it again, because I feel like there's more that maybe I might have missed. So I want to go back and look for,
and I don't think it's more, because I think you've summed it up pretty well. I think in this particular movie, the way he wrote it and the way that we all manifest or digest information every time you see it, you're going to get something different because of the way that whatever your sense gravitate to first is what you're going to get. When you watch it again, you're going to get something else. Then you're going to keep building. You're going to keep building. But you'll never be fulfilled because every time you see it, you'll get something new because each small nugget is another huge boulder. You know,
I can see that.
Everything, even if we go to the 6 minutes of playing F the Police, that meant something. When the black people came to the house, now we playing F the Police. We still waiting for them to come from the 14 minutes from the prior. Yeah, they still ain't there yet. The Beach Boys song, that the Good Vibrations joint, that's playing so everything is a small piece, and once you see it over and over, you're gonna start picking up, and that's gonna change the particular narrative before. But none of those points are incorrect.
But that's what I want. I want to be able to pull out different pieces of maybe something that I might have missed or overlooked. Or when I go back, when I hear somebody else's perspective, like yours, now I can go back and I can look and say, okay, I see why he thought this. I see where he's coming from with this particular part. I see how he dissected that. I think that's something that'll be very beneficial. And it just hit me right now is Jordan Peele is very Lupe Fiasco.
Okay. I dig that.
Listening to Lupe Fiasco, you can get and pull a lot of layers out of his music, and it's a bunch of different hidden meanings and different things and symbolism, and the way that he flips dialogue and flips words, or can flip the script on the way that your whole thought process is. I feel like Jordan Peele has captured that in cinema. At least with these first 2 movies. Yeah. You know, because Kick Push can be about skateboarding if you want it to be.
It can be about that rock.
It could be about drugs if you wanted to. You know? So in this movie could be about, you know, how, like you said, Generation X wasn't supposed to be what it was. And we still found a way to flourish. Or we found a way to bring down America, depending on how you look at it. Or it can be about what I thought was the ugly truth, and how America got its own dirty, dark secrets, and we have to look inside ourselves.
There was no old people in this movie. I just thought no old people were in this movie.
That's true.
Even the people that was down in the dungeon, they were
all still very young.
In that Generation
80s,
X range.
You're absolutely right.
I just
the oldest guy probably was
the dude that was on the gurney.
Yeah, the guy who was on the gurney. I was gonna say the guy who got killed outside the car. He was like, "Girl, get off my car," or whatever. He was he wasn't old.
No, he wasn't old.
He wasn't old. Yeah, so probably the guy on the gurney.
So what do you think of the character development?
I thought it was good. I thought the character development was really good.
Outside of Lupita.
Right, because, you know, I think she is amazing.
She played that role.
She's an amazing actor. Actress, I should say.
I got another grievance, man. I'm sorry.
Bring them out. That's what this is here for. Put on the table, like my mama say.
And my grievance isn't this isn't even about the movie. She played a good role. Lupita did. But when you read posts and people are saying give her all the awards, I don't know if that's just a saying now or if Black America really feels that way. The performance was good. I don't think it was reward. She's done other things that was award worthy. 12 Years a Slave. You know, the joint where she was the Disney movie. Where she was in Africa. I can't think of the name.
Disney movie in Africa?
And I think the girl, I want to say she was playing soccer, but that may be wrong. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she could have won for that. So I want us to stop. And I know it's because we don't see us often. Yeah. In a project for black by black.
Yeah, we want to big us up anytime we get a chance. So I'm cool with that.
So that let the performance, you know, be the performance, you know, and if she gets an award, that's I keep saying reward. What's going on? If she gets an award,
hey, she deserve a reward. Gold star, gold Oscar.
But you want to know who got on my nerves though?
Who?
Gabe,
because Gabe wasn't
typical
black masculine.
I want to ask Jordan Peele so bad, and I know it was intentional for him to be soft, but he had a bat and didn't do a thing with it.
Didn't.
His
he
comic.
Take it. Yeah.
If I had one grievance again outside of that, but with the movie, was his comic relief wasn't. It was out of place to me. A lot of people enjoyed it. I didn't. It for whatever so deep to be happening, and then you crack a crude joke. It just didn't fit to me. Even if that's your personality and that's how you are, and the family know that's how you are.
Yeah.
But in certain moments, you're not even thinking about the crassness of a joke.
His comedy is quirky, you know.
I don't think it needed it.
How do you? I mean, but you didn't need. You could have completely taken all of Rail's comedic relief out of Get Out. It wasn't needed, but he put it in there, and it worked.
But what worked with Get Out was that it led up to Rail saying, "I don't know why you talking to this white woman." With the cliche. Then when it happened, I told you not to be talking. This was some. Oh my goodness! Just making something up. He's blocking my car. You think I should move it? Stuff like that, like just corny. He was corny. He was definitely corny. And another symbolism it can be strong black woman. We don't know. That's just because she had all the juice.
She definitely took charge throughout the entire movie.
The daughter even had the juice when she went to knocking cats out with the golf club.
Yeah,
strong black women. They had the
juice.
Or
when they was arguing about who get to drive with how many people got killed.
That got on my nerves so bad.
They was counting bodies.
Get in the car. Somebody get in the car and somebody drive off. They was
counting bodies. Hey, I thought that was dope. That was funny to me.
Stop.
That was funny to me.
You, your girl, and the children in the car. You can't drive. She can't drive. Are you arguing if?
Not at all. But it's a movie.
Now we're gonna pull this a movie card.
You can't
pull this a movie card. You gotta take the good with the bad with the good.
I don't think it was bad. Was it odd?
She saw how
slightly out of place.
She saw how fast that girl caught up with her, and she want to sit up there.
Yo, Shorty was booking it though.
Like, man, mama, if you don't get in the car, you get enough, man.
Yo, it definitely has some. The comedy was sporadic.
Yeah,
I will say that the comedy, the comedic relief portions was very sporadic. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna just sprinkle this in here right here, and it was just like, wow, right there, why? But it just it didn't feel out of place to me.
Okay,
it was spontaneous, but out of place, no. It was that works there.
I wouldn't say out of place, but unexpected with the tone and the mood of that particular moment.
Unexpected for sure.
Yeah,
I definitely give you that. Unexpected for sure. I definitely see that.
So I was talking to my guy. And my guy, he hasn't seen the movie yet. And he was like, yo, so what you think about the movie? I said, it was good. He's like, Steph, what that mean? He was like, yo, I know you the film head. You went to school for all it. Everybody always say you went to school for all this stuff. And they made one movie. So they always...
Where your production credits, nigga?
So they always come to me.
You ain't producing nothing yet.
Always come to me with movie stuff. So, so I was like, yeah. So I was breaking it down to him, giving away all the spoilers. He didn't care. So we was talking about, has this movie been done before? So I said, that's a good question. And I told him, I said, if I was to really think about it, I can probably say, yes, I've seen this movie before.
Wow.
And then he said, word. And I said, just off the top right now, if we were to go to that inner self and conflict and the mores and the norms of society, I said we can go straight to M. Night Shyamalan with Unbreakable and Split right now. I said quickly. 3 different films, but they can all be interwoven into the same, facet or vein.
I can. I don't know.
Unbreakable and Split. Remember Unbreakable? It was Bruce Willis was the down and out guy society was, and he had these powers he didn't know that he had, and they were always integrated. He just never used his full potential to do this and do that, and Mr. Glass was a symbolism for shattered lifestyle. I mean, a shattered past, and You know.
Okay. All right. I see that.
And you know, and that was me reaching. If he asked if I've seen,
if you've seen it before, no, I mean that's what it's what it's meant to do. It's meant to provoke thought and conversation. So I didn't see where you was going with it, but after breaking that down, I can see that. I can see that. So a couple of my homies saw it too. So in my group or my circle, my group text or whatever, I saw it first.
Yeah.
So of course I came back and I said, "Yo, it's dope." No spoilers in my crew.
Yeah.
So it's like, because me personally, I don't care about the spoilers. You can tell me a movie, and if I want to go see it, I'm still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
So I'm not big on the whole spoilers and things like that.
The trailer does that for you,
to an extent. Yeah. One of my homies, just like you, he went to school for this, and he's actually film writer and producer.
Oh man,
my homie Leon.
Leon.
Yeah, shout out to my man Leon Hendricks. So he saw it, and he wanted to know what I thought about it. So we still haven't discussed. He's gonna see this because now I can spoil it now.
Yeah.
So he's waiting to hear my critique, and my other homie, my brother Lance, he hated it. He was like, "Nah, this was whack."
Lance looked like
Lance so much so that he says, "Look, I am." So he's very big on like the Avengers movies and all of that. To me, the Avengers movies is cool, but it doesn't really do it for me like that.
Yeah,
I'm not big into Avengers. They cool. It's not great. I don't think it's.
And Lance, and to put the preface on it, Lance was a smart cat. He's not a guy that's not going to get the movie because it was over his head.
No, but I definitely told him that. Just shooting jabs. Yeah. I definitely told him. I was like, I said something about, I called him simple-minded or something like that. I don't know.
If he didn't like it, I'm pretty sure he has a valid reason of why he didn't like it.
Right. So we haven't had a chance to discuss this because obviously I can, talk my talk on the podcast, and then they can just go back and watch it individually without us ruining it for the whole group. So that's how we can play
like
this.
I said the movie was good, but when me and my date, when we were leaving the theater, it was like silence because we were digesting the movie. We talked about it a little bit, so I'm like, I said, "Is it okay?" I said, in my voice, I got humble. I'm like, yo, I'm driving and I'm looking like afar off, and she asked me a question, so I was trying to choose my words, so I'm driving and my hand was like thinking hand, so I was like stuck. So
it was one of these,
So we continue to drive. So I tell her, "Is it okay for me to say a movie is good and not like it?"
You was conflicted.
She said, "Yeah, that's fine."
Battling within yourself.
Yeah, she was like, "But why would you say that?" So I broke it down to her, and she was like, "Yeah, that's the same stuff that I get, so why didn't you like it?" And I told her what I told you. I think that it was missing a couple of minutes. I told her it was a lot of plot holes, and it seemed like it was cut for entertainment when the movie was made for more dialogue. Okay. More emphasis, more. I think the director's cut, if we are to get this, will have more that piece from them meeting and her being handcuffed to the coffee table.
Okay.
And the family standing up. I believe it's a longer element to that. I believe it's two monologues. That particular monologue that was cut, and the monologue where they were down in the basement.
It probably. I wouldn't.
I just feel that way.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. What I would really like, and I know that we won't get, because Jordan Peele will purposely leave it up to the individual's interpretation. But I would love for him to critique and break this down. I would love for that to happen, but he won't.
He don't even know. Man, I was just writing one night, and it just kept coming, and it just kept coming. Then I saw a Mayan.
And they gave a nigga $20 million.
I saw a Mayan temple. Then I said, Mayan temple. I made Keanu. Let me add some comedy here. it's just some stuff that's coming up, man.
He said, and I just got through watching Jumanji, so we gonna have him running through the jungle.
One thing about Jordan Peele is that he can be considered the Hitchcock of this era, but I don't want him to be pegged as the suspense guy. If that's going to be his genre and that's what he wants to do, that's great. But I think with these two movies, his storytelling prowess and his eye for visuals, he can exceed that. I would love to see him do like a period piece of something, like something history. You know, I don't want him, but if he's pegged as this suspense thriller, I'm here for it. Hitchcock did that. Spielberg had his genre. Everybody have their thing that they just like doing.
That's what I was about to say. That just might be his lane for a little bit.
Yeah.
And if that ends up being that, then so be it. I don't think that's a bad thing if that ends up being
not at all
what he does or what he's good at. Because, you know, Michael Bay is action and blowing shit up.
That's all. So,
and he's good at it. You know, so if
I love Miami Vice. No, that's Michael Mann. Never mind.
Yeah. You know,
same person.
Yeah. So we can go there. So if you have a lane and you're good in your lane, stick to it. But I think he's too brilliant of a mind to just stay captured in just that one thing. And plus, he's also known for comedy. So I'm pretty sure he'll get into some more comedic, type vibes. So we'll see where that goes with that. But he's off to a very good start.
Yeah.
Very good start so far.
Even if you didn't like the movie 100%, you're talking about it, and it's an element that is going to be with you forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever that conversation may be, if it's 3 years from now and you see it again, like somebody car alarm really going off.
Yeah. At first I thought I was tripping, but I was like, no, that is somebody's car alarm.
So I'm like, yo, so overall, I'm still hold on to it. It was a good movie.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to reserve my full appreciation of the film until I get a director's cut.
Until you get a director's cut?
Nope, that's not fair. Because this is what he presented to the people. The director's cut is just the cherry on top. I would, like I mentioned at the beginning, I will unwrap this movie. I will tell people to go see it.
Yeah.
But if they ask for my advice, I would tell them to go to the movie or DVD, wherever, and just watch the movie. Don't go in with a notion of Get Out or looking to find or try to discover the clue. Don't do that.
Yeah,
just go and watch the movie.
Go with a blank canvas for sure.
Don't try to think ahead, because with Get Out, when I realized what it was doing, I had to refocus myself to not try to think. I do this in movies a lot, not even with these particular films, where I try to go ahead of what's happening. Yeah, I guess that's because the film, that's innate in me. It makes me want to, okay, what's going to happen next? I'm pretty sure it makes me think ahead of what the director's intending for me to see right now.
I got you.
So just go in open, take whatever thought people gave, just throw it all in the garbage, and go in openly.
One thing that's different, at least for me, is I went and I saw Get Out after all of the hype died. Yeah. I didn't even see Get Out in theaters. I saw Get Out, by the time it was on, just TV.
Yeah.
Well, like
HBO or something.
HBO or something. Yeah, something like that. So that's how I saw Get Out, and I watched it, and I was like, yo, this is pretty dope. This is something I saw, like, when the hype and everybody's talking about it, the suspense is there, the build-up is there, everybody's doing a review. This is very in the now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that I wasn't captivated by the in the now, because sometimes you have the tendency to do that.
Yeah. And I'm a Wikipedia reader. It took me so much not to go on Wikipedia.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to look at anybody's review. I didn't want to see. I just the furthest that I went into it is very surface level. It's like, okay, yeah, I liked it, or I didn't like it, or it's got 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, or
it's pretty high.
Somebody said that this is the best worst. I can't remember what the review said. It's like the best worst
that sound like
movie opener or something like.
That sound like my review for Fandango.
That's your Fandango review. Oh man.
No, but for real, man, I'm torn, man. I'm really torn on if I didn't like this movie or if I liked it. That's crazy. I've never been like that with a movie. I either hated or I loved it, or I was fine with the in between. I'm not fine with being in between for this movie.
I think because it's giving you so many layers.
Yeah.
So if it gives you so many layers and it's this thought provoking, and you didn't turn it off, how can you say it's bad? But on the flip side, you felt like something else is missing.
Yeah.
So I understand where you're, how you're torn in between the two. Me, on the other hand, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was dope.
And not even something missing from the perspective he was trying to reflect. I get all of that. For me, something missing in the aspect of being a movie or a film. Something is missing.
I got you.
Like,
I got you.
Like, we had a first act. It feel like the second act was skipped to go straight to the climax. Yeah,
okay,
you know what I'm saying. So it feel like something cinematically was missing for me, and that's just for me. Leon may say the same thing. If he do, that mean I'm right, because he getting paid to do this.
Right. Leon, your opinion is highly valued here on the Wrap Up Podcast.
Inquiring minds want to know, Mr. Hendricks.
Yeah,
I want to know.
Yeah, we definitely awaiting your review, brother.
And I told my guy. When we was talking about the movie, I told him I reserved judgment on it because, to me, I feel the movie had holes, and if it has holes, I can't make it, as some people are calling it, a masterpiece. To me, because it has holes in it. Is it still a good movie? Is it still viewable? Yes, it's entertaining. Entertaining is all get up.
Yeah,
but some things are missing.
Masterpiece is strong.
Yeah,
Masterpiece is strong.
Well, that's what if you get a 95 and up on Rotten Tomatoes, you got a masterpiece nowadays.
True, but is it?
I don't think it was a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't think it's a masterpiece.
64.
I mean, they said the same thing about Black Panther. Black Panther was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was phenomenal. I just find it hard for a super. I think the layers of the movie and what it did for black superheroes, I thought it was great, but a masterpiece? I don't know. I don't know if I can call that a masterpiece.
Black Panther was the best black movie since CNX. Remember when everybody was wearing an X hat after Malcolm X?
Of course,
man, you know how much
you had to have your cross color jumping after that.
How much kente cloth people bought because of Black Panther?
I dig it, but to me personally,
and it killed him.
Spider-Man Into the Universe was just as good as Black Panther.
Yeah, I agree.
It was just as good as Black Panther.
Some people say it may be better.
That's what I was about to say.
It could have won even be Best better. Picture of the Year as a cartoon.
I think, but it's more on a personal level for me. It resonates more is because first off, I went to see it with my boys.
Yeah,
and the dialogue between the son and the father in the movie drew me in even more.
So you had a personal layer to it.
Yeah. So that's why I probably like that more than Black Panther. But both of those.
Black Panther because I was black.
Yeah, I mean, I went in Black Panther with my dashiki on.
You surely did.
With my mics, and I was in there, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. But I wouldn't call it a masterpiece. I wouldn't call us a masterpiece.
You would or wouldn't?
Would not.
Okay, good job.
But it was a damn good movie.
It was a good movie.
It was a very good movie.
Best picture worthy movie? No.
I don't know what. I mean, it's a long year. So it's easy early candidate. Easy early candidate. Yeah. It's. I mean, okay. Judging from the movies last year that were up for Best Picture, I haven't seen them all, but I saw Black Panther, obviously. What was the joint? Was it? I'll keep wanting to say Lone Star. It's not Lone Star. What was the movie with Lady Gaga and A Born Star?
A Star Is Born.
A Star Is Born. Yeah. Saw that. It was just.
But that ain't your tea though, man.
It's not.
I don't expect you to drink that right.
So I mean, but hey, look, I can only digest it how I digest it.
I think we're getting to a phase as a society when we get to these awards where we're letting hype dictate what should win awards and what shouldn't.
Hype is gonna dictate almost everything.
But it shouldn't though, man.
I dig it. You would think that upon your merits and your rewards and your work ethic should dictate some of that, but it doesn't all the time.
Give him all the Saturn awards you want. The sci-fi awards, that's fine. But to me, right now, I cannot put this in the best picture category. For one, it's early.
Yeah, it's very early for that.
And I don't think that. And I don't want it to sound like I'm bashing the movie because I'm not. But I think it's just hard to explain.
Let me ask you this question then: how many bad movies make you think this much?
But I didn't say the movie was bad, though.
I know, but I'm saying, okay, so how many movies that are best picture worthy?
Man, in high school when I saw Mafia, boy, I talked about that all week, how bad that movie was. When I saw Trippin', I talked about that all
No. I'm not talking about talking about it. You could talk about a bad movie. I'm saying making you think. We talking about this provokes thought and conversation, not just dialogue on saying how trash it was. I could trash a movie all day.
Well, any movie you watch, you can have some form of dialogue about it. This one, you're just going to have more because that's what no one is going to be like, hey, man, that shot when they was down in the boat and when he shot the flare, no one's going to talk about that aspect of the movie. We're going to talk about what was to the forefront of the movie, and that was the metaphors and stuff. That was the movie. So, so you can't really have that... make that assessment because the movie was the allegories. That was the movie. You know.
With you on that.
Now if the movie didn't have that and that was just an element that snuck up on us or the underlying message, then now we like, but this, you went to the movie because it said in the trailer, a psychological mind bender. You know what I'm saying?
It was that.
This,
man. Yeah. Best early best picture nod, yes. We in there. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about early best rap album for 2 Chainz, not saying that again, 2 Chainz album's not bad. But first of all, it's early. Yeah. But secondly, it was good. It was good. So you gotta put it up there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're right.
So that's all I'm saying. That's the way I see it right now. Until somebody knocks it off, you number one right now. Right. We just watched the dunk contest, right?
Yeah.
So if you the first person to go and you get it 47, you in the lead. You in the lead.
All right. So Lion King, Aladdin, when
all Aladdin. First of all, Aladdin looks trash.
Aladdin looked dope. That look dope, man.
Aladdin looks trash,
come on,
bro.
Man.
What? Will Smith looks like a tranny. Straight up. He looks like he's in drag.
That's probably what they're going to give him his Oscar for. You know how they treat us, man.
Don't do it.
Oh, man. You know how they treat us, man.
Yo, Aladdin looks mad trash.
Man, Aladdin looks dope.
Man looks terrible.
Man, we got Endgame coming, man.
Endgame is gonna be so overhyped.
It is, but I'm here for 3 hours or whatever it is.
I guess it's gonna be 3 hours, dog. I mean, and it's like,
this should have been 3.
It should have. It gotta stick. Here's what's going to piss me off, and I know it's gonna happen because you need the heroes to prevail, right? Mm-hmm. So Thanos is probably going to lose or die. That's not how it happened in the comics.
It's not. It's not.
He killed everybody. I want to see everybody die. Man, and I'm talking about everybody. It's like Drago at the end on Rocky. If he dies, he dies. That's how it's supposed to be, man. Yeah. And I feel like I'm not gonna get that. So you're not. And I'm still gonna go see it because at this point I feel like I'm vested.
Oh, y'all, yeah, you have to.
I'm vested.
You done sat through 19 of them.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm vested in it. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's definitely gonna give all of the movies this year a run for their money. But we'll see what else comes out. Aladdin looks trash. Lion King, I hope is dope. It looks like it's gonna be dope. Avengers Endgame, hopefully is dope. We'll see. I'll reserve judgment for that. But all in all, man, go see Get Out. I'm sorry, Get Out. I said Get Out.
I
go
hope
see
you've seen
Us.
it already.
Yeah, I hope you've seen that already. Go see Us. You know, let us know if you've seen it already. Let us know what your thoughts and your takeaways were. Let us know if you have a different perspective than what he and I had. You know,
nobody's perspective is wrong, just different.
Opinion is opinion, man. Yeah, we here for all of them. So if you said, you know,
now don't come up here and talk about no shadows though. Yeah. It was they shadows. Yeah. Then I'm gonna give you all the seats, as they say.
And did you see the one part where they was by the taco stand and that was that mean he don't like Mexicans? Yeah, don't say no shit like that.
Yeah, kill yourself.
Yeah, man. You keep that shit up here in your own head.
You know the ambulance was a the what? The ambulance.
The ambulance. The ambulance was a spaceship taking the black folks back to the motherland. We gonna have some people who feel like that.
And you know the rabbits meant magic.
Yeah.
Because of the little boy. The little boy had a lighter and it didn't work.
Yo, man, that's a wrap on episode 23. We done with this one, man. Y'all keep following us. Check us out. We in tune for the next one, man. 24 is up next week. Holla at y'all.
Yep.
Peace.